What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Eric HD here, back at it again with some Summoner's War. A little bit of a different video here today. I want to talk about what to use your guild points on, as well as your glory points. And I know this has been talked about before, but I feel like I can give some insight and maybe help some of you players out as as you progress through the game, what you should be focusing on, what your priorities should be, in my opinion, and hopefully it'll help you guys out and help you progress through the game, as it has helped me and as I've learned as I've played this game for just over a year now. So let's get straight into it, and we will talk about first, we'll talk about what you should be using your glory points on. We'll just go straight down the line here. Don't bother with any of these scrolls. I don't believe those are worth it yet. But always get your Devilmon. Once per week you can get a Devilmon. It's one of the rarest resources in the game. Always, always, always get your Devilmon. Whether or not you have a monster to use it on or not, always get your Devilmon every week. Angelmon, don't bother. Sanctum of Energy. This will increase your max energy, and I think this should be one of the first things that you get, that you max. Because this will, it'll increase your max energy, and in turn, per refill, you'll be getting more energy. So for 30 crystals, you'll be getting 80 energy as opposed to 70. Well, I think I have Elia, and I don't know if new players get Elia, but anyway, you get 10 more energy per your 30 crystals, so you're getting more energy per crystal that way. I leveled up the Fairy Tree and the Mana Fountain a little bit when I was a new player, but don't bother with these until later on in the game. All they do is increase Mana Stone production or Mana Stone production speed, Mana Stone max storage in those two buildings. The Mysterious Plant should also be something that you max out first, especially for free-to-play players. This should be one thing that you max out. Focus on your Mysterious Plant and your Sanctum of Energy first thing. Get that going. This increases the speed of your energy production by 30% when you have that maxed. I have it maxed at level 10. I'll show you real quick. The time it takes to regenerate energy will go down right here. This 3 minutes 45 seconds. It will go less and less each level of the Mysterious Plant that you have. So that's another thing to focus on, I believe. The Crystal Rock, don't bother with this. This increases the Arcane Tower's attack power, which is not really necessary in the beginning of the game. The Guard Stone, I would max this, but this is another thing that I would wait till later on. I just recently maxed it to level 10. Gives you plus 20% energy. Excuse me. Gives you plus 20% defense. So, yeah. Excuse me. The Water, Fire, Wind, Light, and Dark Sanctuary all increase your damage of each attribute. I've leveled up each one a little bit in the beginning of the game, but I would wait for these. Unless you have a monster that you really want to be doing damage, I would wait for these. The Ancient Sword, that increases the attack power of all your monsters by a certain percent each level. Again, hold off on that, as I believe there's some other things down here that should be maxed first. Let's see. I think after you do your Mysterious Plant and your Sanctum of Energy, the first thing you should max is your Sky Tribe Totem, and that is going to increase your speed of all your monsters by 15% across the board. 15% speed increase, and speed is king in this game. If you didn't know that, now you know. Speed is king. You gotta have that speed in order to get that turn advantage, get more turns. Yeah, it's huge. So that should be the first thing. And then I went ahead and maxed the Fallen Ancient Guardian after that. Crit damage for my arena teams. I think I had double Lucians pretty early on, and I wanted them to be hitting hard, and so I went ahead and maxed the Fallen Ancient Guardian after I had Mysterious Plant, Sky Tribe Totem, and the Sanctum of Energy. Don't bother with the Arcane Booster Tower until you have everything else. This is, in my mind, pretty useless. It just increases the speed of the Arcane Towers. So then, after the Ancient Guardian, well, you could either go Crystal Altar or Fallen Ancient Guardian, in my opinion. Crystal Altar is going to give you plus 20% hit points, which is, across the board, again, really useful everywhere, whether you're doing arena, whether you're doing PvP, raids, all that stuff, dungeons. It is going to be useful everywhere. So that is what I think. As far as the Glory Shop goes, again, make sure you get that Devilmon every week. As I said before, that's one of the most rare resources in the game to get those skill ups for your your 4-star or 5-star monsters that need those skill ups in order to become more effective and help you in the game. All right, so that's your glory shop. That's your glory points and in my opinion, what you should be focusing on. And now we're going to switch over to the guild battle shop and your guild points, what you should be focusing on here. Again, I wouldn't bother with the scrolls. They can, they do look very, appeasing to us, to those people that have, that scroll addiction. And I was one of those players early on, I was buying all these scrolls every week. But I wouldn't bother with those until you get some other things later, or until you get some things before that. So you want to, like the Devilmon from the Glory Shop, the Rainbowmon is something you want to be getting every week. It is a 4-star max level Rainbowmon, and that will help you produce 6-star monsters. You get your 4-star max level Rainbowmon, you feed it 4 level 4 food mons, and you get a 5-star. And you get 5 stars, you can make a 6-star. Get this every week without fault. I think it's like 150 or 180 glory points. That should be something you should be getting every week for sure. Summoning stones and almighty stone pieces, again, it's just like the scrolls. I wouldn't bother with these unless you have unless you have a monster that you're unable to summon, like from a Hall of Heroes or something. This will replace up to 10 monster pieces of a 4-star or below monster, and each one of those, each time you buy it, I believe you get 5 pieces. So for 200 glory points, I wouldn't do it. And the summoning stones, 15 summoning stones for 170. Again, I don't believe it's something you should be focusing on before you get some other things. The legendary summoning piece is, oftentimes you're going to get a 4-star monster. Obviously you have a chance to get a 5-star, which is, alluring, and everybody wants to get those 5-stars. But I would hold off on these, and the reason being, I think, in my opinion, you should get each element Ifrit before everything else. They're free 5-stars. I mean, not free, you pay a lot of glory points to get them, but they are excellent monsters. All 3 attributes, wind, water, fire, are super good. I use all 3 of them. Akamamir is in my arena offense as a Wombo combo team. I use Tessarion all the time to silence Pernas and Camillas and other Theos, and silence all those passives. Huadam. So Tessarion is super useful in Guild Wars and arena alike. And then Theo, everybody knows Theo. Everybody wants Theo, thinks he's the best, and he very well might be. But again, I think you should get all 3 elements of the Ifrits before you focus on anything else. Cowgirl summoning pieces. These are pieces of monsters that are not farmable for fusion. And so there's all that. And then we come over to your flags. Flag of Rage, Flag of Hope, Flag of Will, Flag of Battle. I went ahead and maxed my Flag of Rage first, which increases your crit damage. Crit damage by 25% in guild battles. All my monsters hit really hard because of that. And then I kind of put everything to level 4 at the beginning. And the Flag of Hope, gives you HP. Each level gives you 2% or something like that. Yeah. And then I think they all max out at 20 or 25%. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Flag of Will gives you defense, and then Flag of Battle gives you attacks. So I focused on Flag of Rage first, and then I went to attack. So I think, in my opinion, I would go Ifrits, flags, max all your flags, and then you can be free to, you can get your legendary summoning pieces. Of course, you're going to get your Rainbow every week, but then you can have all those guild battle points to spend as you'd like. And with these flags maxed, you are going to be doing so much better in guild battles. It's going to be night and day. It's going to be night and day, and it'll really help you out and get that extra push, and help your guild out as well. I know that all your guild members and will appreciate you being that much better at guild battles because of having these flags maxed. So I guess that's about it. If you guys have any questions or anything, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, this has been what I believe you should be focusing on as far as your priorities and your guild shop points and your glory points. I guess that's it. For now, I'm signing out. I will catch you guys later. Peace.